Adultery is legal. No, well, that wasn't thought process. What was I saying? Okay, so the laws within the system, right? Okay, the laws within the system. Why are things like adultery not illegal? Why is adultery not illegal? And why is porn legal? Why is it so sex all the time? I don't get it. Like, you're not going to find what you're looking for shagging about. That's the truth. Because really, at the bottom of shagging about, aside from the hedonistic pleasure, is the need for the want for love. It's the craving of love, attention, affection, connection, pleasure. That chicken's very, very good. Wayne Walker. You got doing yourself there, pal. From Stokey Bay, Stafford Bay. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm really pleased that there's like a shift in consciousness where these sorts of topics are being more widely discussed, because prior, you were a pariah. I'm a poet and I just don't know it. Prior, you were a pariah for even mentioning things like that. But now, there's a widespread consciousness of like, okay, there are things that we can lie to about. We are, in some senses, in some degree, in some possibility, purposely fragmented and possibly, probably, slightly demented towards an agenda. But who decides the agenda? The fucking mushers. Who decides the agenda? The fucking mushers and goths. This is not real. This is not real life. The mushers and goths who get us all shagging for hedonistic pleasure rather than the real meaning of life, family, love and connection. But they probably just don't want us to have more children. Probably a population thing. So, I hope you could hear any of that, otherwise I've wasted 22 minutes and 17 seconds. There is weird stuff that's happened. I am pleased that there's a shift in consciousness. I am pleased that there's a shift in the direction of conversations, and because really the main thing, the main goal should be harmony. That should be the main goal of everyone, and certainly the people that purport to have our best interests at heart. And it is scary to think that they don't. But when you've gone through that architrave, I really need to sort that out. That looks awful, doesn't it? It is scary, but it is the truth, man. And look, I think if you don't agree with stuff like that, it's important to be open-minded. Being wrong is a really exciting opportunity for growth. Really exciting. The seeking of truth and harmony, and love and passion, that's like the meaning of life. Not the BMW, the Burberry Mac. Like, it might look fly, but it's not actually going to get you what you want. because you don't even know what you want. You think you're going after something, but you're going after social status, social clout, moving higher up the social hierarchy, which it will afford you. But then you get there and you realise that is baseless. And you work it all back, and the only things that are important are love and family and connection, harmony, purpose. But we are drilled to think in terms other than that. So it's good bit chicken. Yeah, that's another thing. Buy your meat from a butcher's. Buy your fish from a fishmonger. Buy your groceries from a grocer. This tastes completely different to anything possible because it's in the supermarket, because it's not full of hormones and shit. I'm spitting and eating. It's very rude. I'm very sorry. So, that's the tip for the day. Try not to shop so much at supermarkets. We're over-reliant. And then when you become over-reliant on something, they then have the power. It happens in business. And supplier reliance. If you're selling this green thing, and you buy this green thing from 3 different places, and you'll get a similar one. Say there's a blue one, a green one, and a red one, right? And this is your product, and you sell that, right? If company A that you buy it off goes bust, and company B decides doesn't want to sell these anymore, it wants to sell filler, and you're only left with one supplier. And if that one supplier realizes that you can only buy from them, and your business is literally built on their product going through you to the customer, they then have the power to dictate the price. They can say, well, I was charging you £2 before because I knew that you could go somewhere else. But now what I'm going to do, because I know that you can only get it from me, I'm going to triple the price, and that puts you out of business. It's the same thing with customers. You should never have one customer that's bigger than 10% of your revenue or profit, because if you lose, say you've got a big NHS contract, for example, because that's what springs to mind, what I've seen, and your business is built up of 80% of one contract and a few smaller ones that make up the rest. If you lose that 80% contract, you lose your business. And that's because it's the over-reliance on one thing. What we need to do is get the power back into the hands of the people and celebrate community and celebrate building up our communities ourselves, because the people that are supposed to won't. We take the power back and we do it ourselves. Because we're over-reliant. That's why they can hike the prices up in the supermarkets, because they know that that's basically the only place that we can go for food. It's almost a monopoly. Over-reliance, a monopoly. So you have to be careful, because you're putting your faith in a system that's letting you down. Look at the state of England right now. Look at the state of Ireland, the UK, Europe, getting overrun. And the racism is coming in, and racism is bad. Racism is bad. It doesn't matter what you think. Racism is bad because the person that you're abusing feels just as uncomfortable as you do about the situation that you're abusing them for. Racism is not good. I've experienced a little bit living abroad, and it's not nice. And my extended family experience it a lot, and it's not nice. So we have to find a way to be able to create positive change without being horrible, nasty racists, basically. I think I don't know if anyone ever watches this shit, but what I think we should do is wear our England football shirts more often. A show of solidarity. What's the word? Solidarity. So that's it. I'm tired. I always get dead tired after it. Goodbye, internet.